Okay, so this is the extra credit for the GLP project, and for what I did was I invited my roommate Josh to go bowling, which I'm not really that good at either. But I thought he's never bowled before. I asked him beforehand. I was like, this would be an interesting thing to sort of see like the big difference between us. Because like I've been bowling before, but I've never been really good at it. I've bowled into like with the wrong lane before. I was like, okay, I want to sort of see how he does and stuff like that. So I invited him, and I was a little nervous at first because I was just trying to like kind of gather like what we would do, how long it would take, and stuff like that, and if he would enjoy it. Because that was the main thing I wanted to do, is just I wanted to make sure he had fun. I didn't want to just be like, oh, I had fun, but if he didn't care about it, then there was no point. It was pointless at that point. At the start of it, I was getting a little nervous. So I was like, okay, this is sort of I'm a bit worried about it. But then slowly, as the game sort of picked up, we were just in our own lane. As soon as the game picked up, he started having a lot more fun. That was nice to see that we started really getting along, and I thought that was really, really exciting. So basically, it took about, I'd say, maybe 45 minutes to an hour to finish up bowling. And it was weird because neither of us know how to score bowling. And like I expected him not to, but I just absolutely don't know how to. So we were just sort of guessing, and that was a really fun thing, just trying to guess. Like I know the max is like 300, but I don't know how you get to 300, and neither did he. So we are just like, okay, hit a pin that's like 10 points, and that was sort of how we based it and how we went off it, and that was a lot of fun. And it was fun. We walked there, we walked back, and it was really interesting. Sort of just talk to him, and I know him pretty well now, but just talking about his day, how he's thinking about exams and stuff. And I sort of like, I feel like during the event, I sort of loosened up a bit because we were in public, and I just, you're really tight, particularly if you're not comfortable with where you are immediately. I haven't been bowling yet at the Union, and sort of like, and it's the same crowd, but I was just really tight about it. Then just as we went on, as soon as I realized, okay, we're having fun, this is fun, loosened up, and we were just talking consistently, and there was no awkward silences. And he's about as bad as a bowler as I am, which was a good thing to know. At least learn that was like being shown up about it, like somebody who's never played it before. It was about equal footing, which I thought was really, really fun. And yeah, let's say like after I learned just how I already knew that time was completely different than the U.S., but just even like little things, like just like a game. He knew about it, but they don't really bowl in Taiwan. Like he lived in the capital for a little bit, and they just didn't bowl there. And it's like every birthday I've had, I feel like I'm bowling, even though I'm bad at it, or like I just like go to dinner. That was always like the go-to thing, was just like bowling. Particularly if you're a kid, I feel like a kid in the United States, bowling is like your go-to birthday. There's like that, or like a party at your house, and I would never really like people being at my house to begin with. So that was really interesting to talk about and just sort of figure stuff out about. Like, and yeah, and I hope he had a good time. He said he had a good time, and just it was interesting to see him he knew the basics of it, and see him get a little bit more comfortable throughout that night and figure it out. And that was a lot of fun. And I'm really glad I was able to do this with him and just hang out and have fun. That was the main point. So I was really glad about that. And yeah.